Imagine being 15 years old, locked inside a prison cell with nearly 80 other boys. No bed, no privacy, no toilet, just a plastic cup. And that's only the first prison. Today, we're taking you inside 8 of the world's most shocking prisons, from overcrowded juvenile cells to brutal desert camps and an underground prison city. By the end, you'll have to answer one question: is prison meant to punish or to change lives? Let's begin. Quezon City Children's Prison. Our journey begins in the Philippines, inside one of the world's most overcrowded juvenile detention centers. Behind these walls are 168 boys and 11 girls. The girls are kept separately, but the boys are packed into just 2 cells. Each cell is only 35 square meters. Yet nearly 80 boys are forced to share that tiny space. As the journalist walks inside, he asks a simple question: where do you go when you need the toilet? The answer is shocking. The boys explain that when the cells are locked, they urinate into plastic cups. Later, they throw the waste outside. For them, it's just another normal day. Every corner of the cell is occupied. Some boys sleep on the concrete floor. Others hang hammocks from the ceiling. The rest squeeze onto wooden platforms. There's simply no room left. Among the new arrivals is one 15 years old, Mickey, accused in connection with a robbery that left someone dead. During a search, officers notice a tattoo on his arm: Sputnik, a local gang. When asked why he got it, Mickey says it helped him belong. But when the journalist asks one final question, "Are you afraid?" Mickey pauses, then quietly replies, "Yes." As morning arrives, the temperature is already close to 30 degrees Celsius. The boys have a single fan. The girls don't. Later, the journalist discovers an even harsher punishment. Several boys are locked inside a tiny disciplinary cage. If you think this is the worst prison we'll see, think again. Because next, we're traveling to the Arizona desert, where prisoners live inside military tents under extreme heat. And humiliation is part of the punishment. Tent City Jail, Arizona, USA. This isn't an ordinary prison. There are no towering prison blocks, no air-conditioned cells. Instead, hundreds of inmates live inside military-style tents under the blazing desert sun. During the summer, temperatures can soar above 45 C11-3F. One inmate jokes that the fans don't cool the tents, they simply blow hot air around, like a giant hairdryer. Most of the inmates here aren't serving life sentences. Many are behind bars for offenses such as burglary, drug crimes, or drunk driving. But according to the man who created this prison, comfort was never part of the punishment. The jail was run by Sheriff Joe Arpaio, who proudly called himself America's toughest sheriff. His philosophy was simple: if prison feels too comfortable, people will come back. To reinforce that message, every inmate is issued something unusual: bright pink underwear and pink uniforms. Arpaio believed the embarrassment would discourage inmates from returning to crime. Some prisoners laugh it off. Others admit it's humiliating, especially when television cameras arrive. But the strict rules don't stop there. Before sunrise each day, inmates line up for head counts. The American national anthem echoes through the camp. Every order must be obeyed. Even shaving is tightly regulated. Each prisoner receives a disposable razor, but no shaving cream. As one inmate sarcastically puts it, that would be too nice. Those who break prison rules face an even harsher punishment: wearing leg chains. They're marched through the camp in military formation while chanting commands. For Sheriff Arpaio, the message is clear: the prison should never feel like home. But while Tent City relied on heat and humiliation, the next prison tells a much darker story. We arrive in Iraq, at one of the most infamous prisons in modern history. Its name became known around the world after shocking images of prisoner abuse during the Iraq War. Today, the prison sits abandoned, the corridors are silent, dust covers the floors. Scattered books and copies of the Quran remain inside empty cells, serving as reminders of the people once held here. But Abu Ghraib's story didn't end there. After the prison was abandoned, parts of the site were reportedly used by extremist groups. One of the most disturbing sights is a metal cage that was used to publicly confine people accused of breaking the group's rules. The purpose wasn't just to imprison them, it was to humiliate them in front of everyone. Standing inside that cage, it's impossible not to wonder how one place witnessed so much suffering. And while Abu Ghraib became known for war and abuse, our next prison tells a different story. A place where the greatest punishment isn't the prison itself, but being separated from the people you love. Women's prison, Colombia. Our next stop takes us to Colombia. Inside a prison, where women convicted of theft, murder, and drug trafficking live side by side. One story stands out. A 26-year-old European woman named Katrina. She was arrested after authorities found 500 grams of cocaine hidden in her luggage. Now, she's serving her sentence thousands of miles away from home. Women who break prison rules are locked in solitary confinement for 5 days. Later, Katrina begins working in the prison restaurant. For the first time, she has something to focus on besides the endless routine of prison life. Then comes the hardest moment. She looks through photographs of her daughter. Her voice trembles. Prison didn't just steal her freedom, it stole years she'll never get back with her child. When asked what she's looking forward to after release, she quietly says, "Nothing to look forward to." But while that prison struggles with overcrowding, the next one solved it in a way almost no one would believe. An underground city, built by the inmates themselves. Our next stop, La Modelo Prison, Colombia. Most prisons are built for control. La Modelo is different. Beneath the prison, inmates have dug tunnels where around 50 prisoners rent tiny sleeping spaces. Those who can pay sleep underground, those who can't sleep in wooden shacks or on the floor, even behind bars. Money buys comfort. The prison has its own economy. Inmates run restaurants, bakeries, repair shops, juice stands, and more. Around 35 businesses operate with the approval of prison officials. Why? Because prisoners get just one free meal a day. If they want more, they have to earn it. Every Sunday, families fill the prison with food, clothes, and photos. For a few hours, it feels less like a prison and more like a neighborhood. But reality quickly returns. Overcrowding, poor ventilation, every inch packed with people. Here, survival depends on what you earn and who you know. But as much freedom as La Modelo offers, the next prison takes almost everything away. Just a tiny concrete cell and years of total isolation. Our next stop, Pelican Bay State Prison, California, USA. If La Modelo felt like a small town, Pelican Bay feels like another world. This is one of America's most secure prisons, a place built for inmates considered too dangerous to live among the general. Here, isolation is the punishment. One inmate, Eddie Mills, has spent 11 years in solitary confinement after stabbing another prisoner. Day after day, he remains alone inside a small concrete cell. When asked the last time he saw a tree, he struggles to remember. It had been years. Surprisingly, Eddie says the hardest part isn't losing his freedom. It's losing human contact. No conversations, no crowds, just silence. During a routine cell search, officers confiscate a simple feather Eddie had been using as a paintbrush, believing it could pose a health risk. Officers continue finding homemade weapons made from metal, plastic, glass, and plexiglass. The next prison breaks almost every rule. Imagine a prison where inmates still carry weapons and even help control the facility. Guerrilla-controlled prison, Colombia. Inside this Colombian prison, around 200 guerrilla fighters reportedly control parts of the facility. Some are even allowed to carry weapons. For them, prison didn't end the conflict, it simply moved behind bars. But our final stop takes things even further. Fleury-Mérogis Prison, France. Welcome to Fleury-Mérogis, Europe's largest prison, holding nearly 4,000 inmates. Inside, prisoners have created a hidden delivery system using torn bedsheets. Searches happen regularly, but the network keeps adapting. One phone is even discovered hidden inside a radio, because no matter how secure a prison becomes, someone will always find a way around the rules. Every wall hides a story. Which one shocked you the most? Comment below and subscribe for more.